lean in.
What's going on, everybody? It is me again. It is time to lean in, bitch. Y'all know when Antonio's on the screen, he gonna always leave and come back because he has very low budgetness all the time.
Jesus.
So, Age, I see you got these shades on. Before Antonio was like, "We want to wear shades today." I didn't know he was wearing shades either, but
I
you look
just said
good.
I'm not putting my lashes on today, so this is what you get when I go outside without lashes.
You wear glasses when
I
you
do.
don't have. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, you listen.
It's Texas and it's always warm and the sun is always trying to shine.
Okay, but is it shining at night?
And with my ring light, it is.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. I see Danny. What's going on, Danny? I'm glad you was able to make it. I know that there's a storm over there. It's a slight storm over here too, but I'm glad that you're able to be here with us today to talk about this crazy, not crazy episode, just kind of weird, contradictory episode. I don't really know. But nonetheless, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. I see that we had a few people in the chat before we got started. Asa stepped in and said that she had to post early because she know this episode gonna be crazy. What's going on today? Dr. Sihu, Cassie, Derek, Nushka. Let us know if you're in the chat if I didn't mention you, and let us know where you also watching from as well. All right, let's get into it. Last week we had Ladies' Night, which was just myself, Asia, and Jazz, and we was in our little costumes. We still don't know what Jasmine was, but she said she was annihilated. So we'll take that.
No
That's, he said what, Asia?
no basketball.
No basketball, but she was annihilated nonetheless. And we left off last week. Ashley was driving around in this neighborhood. We didn't know where she was. She was driving and driving and driving. Lost, didn't know. But in this episode, we find out she was clearly heading to Candiace's house because that's where this episode picks up. It picks up with Ashley. I mean, Ashley stopping at Candiace's house. Candiace had everything laid out for food, drinks, and stuff like that. And this is the first time we've seen a one-on-one scene with them in this light. And I don't even know when. It's like for real. I can't think of since maybe like season 3.
I think probably season 3. Yeah.
Yeah, because since season 3, after she introduced Candiace, they just been button heads or whatever. And they return back to that later on in this episode. We're gonna talk about that. But the topic of discussion is they talk about Ashley's separation process, and Ashley just kind of speaks to where things are and if she's dating and stuff like that. She feels like Michael's dating. Obviously, first of all, she's speaking on Michael dating like as if he was like 20, 30 years old. I highly doubt that this, not saying because I'm not an ageist. However, I highly doubt that he is just moving on that fast with how. That's just me. I mean, money
his
talks.
Coins with his money.
Yeah, but he ain't got that much goddamn money. I'm sorry. And plus, people know who he is too. Like he's a damn, gargoyle. So I'm just saying, let's just be honest.
Some people find that attractive though.
You like gargoyles, Antonio?
Yeah, I heard he had.
I didn't say that, but
would you talk to him, Antonio?
Like when you say talk to him, like talk. Oh hell yeah, shit. Call me, Michael. What's good?
That's crazy. We'll call Antonio.
Somebody married Tom Girardi. Somebody will take Michael.
You right about that.
Definitely. Tom looked much better. I would take Tom over Michael.
Ugly is ugly.
I'm just saying.
Look at Asia.
Asia is disgusted.
Very much.
Child, please. She mentioned that little leopard dress scene so much. She probably lived for it secretly. I feel like she does. I
can sit there in a chair like this.
Nushka said, "Whatever, Antonio." You're right, Antonio. He ain't finna do it.
No, I'm bush. Now, just a conversation. I don't see what the issue is. If you can have a conversation with somebody and they're gonna send you. What's the issue? Shit.
Because in the middle of the conversation, a piece of his skin gonna fall off. Stop playing with it, Antonio.
No, I meant on the phone, not in person.
It's gonna fall off on the phone too.
Oh my god, I won't see it though. It won't land on my lap.
Okay.
There you go, Antonio.
So then they also talk about Candiace is basically saying like how, about within the group, like she feels like her IVF is not going as well because of the stress in the group. And she talks about Chris being uncomfortable with the group and that he doesn't really want to come around because of what was going on with Giselle. Ashley brings up that she has witnessed that Ashley has been dating a hockey player And she's like, well, how you know? And she's just like, well, child, I know everything. Just like I knew Karen was sneaking out of town with somebody that wasn't his husband. I mean, sorry, that wasn't her husband. A couple of years ago, and they show a scene of Sharice mentioning it. And so, what did y'all think about that when y'all heard her spill that out there? Because I see like a lot of comments on Instagram and Twitter about it. But go ahead, Tony. I feel like you got something you want to say.
I feel like you can't speak on somebody and then people can't, talk shit or whatever, make or repeat the rumors that they've heard about, you and yours. Like, you just got to be careful with that type of stuff. Not to mention that whole bringing that up was just, to me, weird and cringy anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I used to hear stuff on Karen, and I've heard stuff on Karen, and I'm sure people send every one of them probably get stuff about the others that's on the show. So I don't know why that was even discussed.
Anybody else want to add anything on it?
Ashley brought that shit up to be messy, and Candiace continued the conversation to be messy.
I feel like in the context of the conversation, it was kind like I understood, because she was like, well, how do you know I've been talking about? She was like, basically like, I know you doing this because so and so, and also I knew so. Maybe it wasn't needed, but I mean, we'll see. Does it spark anything, for the reunion or later? Because I mean, they kind of like passed right by it. They really didn't go into it. Yeah. And moved on. And then, Ashley, her messy ass, the fact that I hate that she did it with Ashley, because Ashley gonna hold on to that and make it so much more, and probably just waiting to use it just like she does everything else.
Yeah.
That's me. You said what, Antonio?
I was agreeing. I said, yeah, she is.
A gargoyle looking face.
They do look like a little egg with some hair on it, don't she?
That chin is pretty pointy. I never noticed it until she was with Candiace yesterday. That chin is pointy.
Yeah.
How are you calling her Max tonight, child?
Yeah.
If you ever need something open, just go let her chip.
Wow, Danny. You're not
lying. Any other thoughts on this scene before we move to the next one?
Bitch wouldn't have been in my house. That's it.
Okay. I agree. But you know what? I guess they're trying to move forward. Last week she did say that she had her in her little book or something like that. What she said, her journal.
She prayed for her in the journal and put
yes, something like that. So I'm like, okay.
Prayed for her, prayed on her, and used all her child.
If I was Candiace, I would have opened that door, would have had a butter knife in my hand.
Listen.
Started throwing them immediately.
Yes, butter knife.
Intruder alert. I didn't invite you here.
Okay, so then we get a scene with Mia and Gordon, and they're just talking about, I guess, the grand opening of the next joint clinic thingy or whatever. And how even Gordon is confused about what the hell is going on with his wife. Honestly, Mia mentioned the cancer thing, and then she came back and said it wasn't cancer. But she's kind of like speaking, on it, but not really like what the hell is going on. Even he confused. So I'm confused. But what good did come out of this conversation was that she's the one planning the Miami trip. Yeah. And that's going to be coming up soon. So she mentions that, and very uncomfortable for her to mention that the last time, I guess one time they were in Miami, they was having sex on the beach and people were watching. They ain't been married that long. So the fact that
he was still married to somebody else.
Okay, that's what I thought. So he was married to somebody. That was very
weird.
And people
was weird and a little classless. I don't know why she feels like she has to share some of these things. I would have left that in the vault. I wouldn't have why?
And if anybody gonna come for her later, she gonna backtrack and say she didn't say it, or that's not what she meant.
She gonna say she was having sex in a gown on a beach.
Eating lobster.
It just don't make sense. Like that you would probably say, "Oh yeah, I had sex with this man. Yeah, I'm with him now, but he was married, and I had sex with him." Like, I don't know.
And to me, it get that they had like a whole little throuple thing going on. Jacqueline, Mia, Gordon, because she always mentioned like, yeah, Jacqueline was there and blah blah blah. We've been friends for so long, and this is that and the other. So yeah,
that had an expiration date.
I feel like Mia thinks that this type of stuff makes her more likable, but it doesn't she would be better off not saying half the stuff she says, and I would like her more. But she says when I'd be like, ugh, I don't know.
I can't stand her. I can't stand her.
Yeah, she had potential, I thought initially, but Mia can go like.
It's
right
so
now.
crazy because she's such a cool person in person. But it's just like I'm watching this season and I'm not liking her any more than I did last season.
I haven't seen a reason why she was brought back yet. Like, I don't understand. I haven't seen her proof.
Well, we do be saying, give them a second chance, though, Dan.
Yeah,
but 18 episodes in, but I still don't know.
Oh, yeah, and going back to her illness, it's like none of them know like what's going on with her, but they just know something's wrong with her. Which I find like if that's the case, then bitch, you need to be in like California at the Dubai or somewhere with some of them real high profile doctors so they can figure out what the hell wrong with you. So you can get your scooter.
I don't like
there was a small scene with Giselle and her daughters. She's planning a Sweet 16, nothing of that. Y'all got to add and then like the girls are growing up. That's cute.
We gotta move on, so we gotta move on.
Okay. Just let me know. We move on. Robyn talks about her prenup again. She, I guess her hats are selling. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Robyn says she has successful business. Okay, go ahead.
She has
Robyn.
Successful business. It's crazy how when people are down, but when they get like one foot up, one leg up, they just think they just out here. And it's like, girl, you can tell Robyn clearly at this moment in this, she's having her Stella got her groove back. Not her groove. Stella got her money back.
Her money back. Yeah.
That's what she money back because you see, she took Giselle wig from the confessionals and flipped it upside down.
Yes, she really did.
Well, they best friends. They should. What's her name? Mama Joy said Carmen used to borrow candy hair. So I mean, it makes sense, right?
I got half a Robyn hat on today because you know how I got satin lining in it. I decided to support her today.
Well, who fulfilled them orders now?
Huh?
Who boxing up her orders for her?
Because it ain't a stallion.
It ain't
one. It's one.
Well, because clearly she's saying, she like the big bank bitch at the house. She making way more than one. So,
but what she don't know is Juan got Michael Darby money now, so he good.
Allegedly.
That's why Michael ain't sad.
Let me see.
Got to be free.
I just want to see somebody in the hats. That's all. I want to see somebody in the hats.
I'm gonna go to her page when we get offline because I want to see if people have tagged her in the hats. Like where? No,
I ain't seen nobody in the hats since that episode where Karen has sauntered down like a snake. That's the last time I seen them hats.
Candiace had one on at the dance studio.
I wouldn't know what they look like, to be honest.
Oh, that was somebody that's not on the show.
Because you see the satin on the inside.
Somebody that's not on the show.
Yeah.
Please. I'm just saying.
They didn't get it as a part. They didn't get it as a part.
Correct.
As paid for the commercial.
All right. So one of the first interesting scenes, there was a scene between Karen, Ashley, and Wendy. They're going to pick tulips and stuff like that. And it's cold outside. The ladies are very cold. And I found this to be interesting because, not between Karen and Wendy, but, Karen, Wendy, and Ashley. You notice Ashley in this moment, she seems to be like the only person that is okay with us in good terms with everybody, even Candiace. And so in this scene, she talks about him getting a vasectomy, and she makes a comment and says like, she didn't really care, but I feel like last week's episode she did say that she cared and that she, it made her feel away. But that's either here or there.
On the couch with Candiace, she cared.
She did care. So I don't know. She giving mixed signals. But she's not ready to talk about the divorce. Of course, it leaked, and she feels a way about that. And they start picking their tulips, and Wendy picks up the conversation by saying that talks about her and her kids not being invited to the fun day. We talked about the fun day last week. The fun day was boring as hell. I thought it was very low budget. And so if I was Wendy or her kids, I would be glad I didn't go to that event because it wasn't nothing to talk about.
Well, I know I wasn't here last week, but let me just say my kids ain't going nowhere. I'm not invited.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Danny, how many kids you got?
Huh?
How many kids you got?
When I have them.
When you And so she basically says like she didn't like it. And you know, she feels like Robyn, she wants to get to a better place with Robyn, but Robyn needs to meet her halfway. But she speaks on the lady saying that she is condescending. Do y'all feel like Wendy is condescending into the group?
I feel like they're all condescending. I feel like Wendy's condescending.
It's
Candiace, Robyn, Giselle, all of them.
It's tricky with Wendy because I don't think it's intentional. I think Wendy's used to speaking in her professor voice, and some of the political commentator, you know, when she does that commentating, she's in a space where not a lot of Black women are, so she has to speak with authority and stuff like that. And I don't think she knows how to turn it off anymore. I think it's just become part of who she is, and she's always talking like that now. I don't think it's intentional.
Yeah. I don't see an issue with it. I mean, so here's the thing. There are times that you know, when she does make comments in certain, like when she's in the heat of the moment of an argument, she does kind of turn it on a lot. You know what I'm saying?
She's talking to a student.
Right, she does. And that's, I mean,
sit down
and you know, Dr. Wendy, address me accordingly, sweetie. Things like that. Like she does it. I don't see any issue with it because you remember, let's go back to season 2 when Monique came on the show. Giselle just felt like Monique was she felt like Monique was not on her level. And to me, that's a form of being condescending. So I don't feel like she's any different than anybody else on the cast. Robyn and Giselle, to me, have it the worst because honestly, they kind of pick and choose who they want to deal with. And they feel like you ain't worthy. In this case, it's Wendy. They're not going to fuck with you. I feel like they tolerate
education. They're intimidated by her education.
They're intimidated that she speaks highly on it. They feel like, you know, and what it's a degree, but you know, some people that you know what Wendy comes from, you know what her family prides on. So in her family, like that is really big. So, Ace, did you have anything to add?
I don't think that she's condescending in the way they're trying to make it seem like she's condescending,
right?
And I think when she turns it on, she's defending herself.
It's an argument. I
agree.
And that's it. And if that's condescending, oh well, because I do have 4 degrees and I'm smarter than you. Bye.
Yeah. And we in the middle of an argument, like
whatever.
Baby, it's a read.
And at the end of the day, to me, with Wendy, like nothing trumps you thinking I'm gonna have Auntie Candiace or whoever the fuck bring my kids to your bullshit ass event. Like, no, you talk about condescending, Robyn. Stop playing in my face, or as Candiace would say, stop tap dancing on my intelligence.
Okay.
You smart enough to keep getting them.
Let me see.
So I did agree that Wendy told Ashley, don't be expecting me to do all this extra. Like, you know, like Ashley was really trying to push Wendy to go the extra mile, and I didn't.
That's what I was going to say. So the text message, she wanted her to send a one-on-one message to Robyn. And Ashley, and she, you know, Wendy was like, I'm gonna send it to everybody, so it's, you know, it's presented the same to everybody. But Ashley didn't want that. So yeah, she, like Danny said, she did say, you know, I'm not gonna go the extra mile. It's like she didn't even invite me to this. This is my kid. So from that, I got like, listen, I could be really dirty, really mean, really nasty going forward because these were my kids, but I'm not gonna do that. So, but don't expect me to go extra. Like, look at what she did, Robyn.
Her going 5 feet,
right? So I didn't see an issue with that either. I was like,
it was like Ashley wanted her to like bow down to Giselle and Robyn, and I'm glad Wendy was like, no, all y'all hoes gonna get the same text in the same group thread.
And it's great.
Like it was brought back to Robyn because in the confession later, Robyn says that old fake ass invite. Later on, Robyn said that.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. The fakeness and faking. We're gonna get to that because it's a lot of hypocrisy.
Wendy, I really don't feel like, I think Wendy is doing this. This is why I say I think Wendy is fake. And I'm not going to take it back because Wendy really don't care. Wendy is just continuing on with the season. She don't want to be in no better place with Robyn. She don't give a fuck.
Well, the thing is, she kind of got to play the game because she got to stay on the show.
She just has to play the game.
She got to stay on the show.
Because if we had another hot mic of her walking away, I bet you it was more shit that was actually.
Oh, that's the real Wendy.
Right.
That's the real
Wendy.
Wendy.
She lying anyway, but whatever. I clocked in.
Yeah,
I agree.
Candiace has, you know, her new single, which, you know, is premiered at the finale or whatever. But in her scene, she has a scene with her with her husband, with her sister, and talk about the burn session in BIH, which is coming up. And then they discussed like her conversing with Ashley. And, you know, at this point, child, what's his name? Don't even want to be a part of the conversation. Chris is like, all right, I'm leaving. I don't want to be part of any of this, child. But any thoughts on that before we get to the actual burn session?
It was funny that her sister was like,
who was Trina? I don't think she don't know who Trina is. I believe that was
it almost, but it seemed like though it just didn't like ring a bell to her. So I mean, I don't know, because when Trina came out, the sister was probably young, because the sister's younger than Candiace, right?
Yeah, but she ain't like
now.
I mean,
my 14-year-old.
I mean, yeah, but
Trina on TV now.
My 14-year-old.
I mean, how many you know watching Love and Hip Hop?
I knew Sammy was gonna be mad. She pissed me off.
That was funny though. That was funny.
I thought of Sammy the minute she said it.
I did too. I was like, ooh, probably.
But then the sister tweeted and it was like, she know Trina's line, ass so big like the sun. She did know that line. She tweeted that. That was funny to me. She got points back.
Nice save.
Her no more.
She had to save herself. All right, so the burn session. So the burn session is this event that Wendy has all the girls. She got all the girls going back to a damn winery. And first thing I thought of the winery, I thought of the mess that happened in season, was it five, right? Five. And so I was like, oh Lord. Plus the way they answered the episode anyway. But on the day of Ashley and Wendy are together, like I said, this is very strange. You know, they had an issue Wendy's first season. They didn't really have too much last season. They kind of kept it, they never talked. But the first season, they definitely, because she was the one that told her to address her, accordingly. And then Robyn and the rest of the girls are on the Sprinter van. And Robyn said that she wasn't initially going to come, but she wanted to be nosy. She felt like the invite was fake. It was the fakest thing she ever seen. And Mia was just like, I didn't think anybody was coming because nobody responded. So we know Mia has said that unless she lied, nobody objected on the damn bus, but nobody responded to Wendy's text or whatever. And so they go in, they order their stuff, and the first thing that happens is Giselle brings up the memes and all the conversation about Ash's divorce. And when the news broke, we the people around the world went crazy. We all were excited, elated, just the fact that we knew that this was ending. So the memes they showed on the screen actually weren't foreign to me. Did y'all see any of those memes?
When I see the one with Sheila, I hollered.
With Sheila, yeah.
That was the one. That is the one that I fell out of. I can't believe it showed it on TV because I love that meme. I love that meme. And so basically, Ashley says that she was kind of mortified by blah blah blah. The goal of this whole thing is to take accountability. And that's what Wendy says. Basically, what happens is, for example, Asia, you will be in the hot seat. Everybody gets to go around and say, I guess, one thing that they want you to take, be accountable for. But then Wendy says to make it, lighter, you can also say something nice. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And so she actually makes herself first. Ashley talks about her having a barrier and a wall up until today. I understand that because they never really had a relationship. Karen says the same, and Candiace kind of says the same. So they all kind of say like, having a wall and things like that. So it gets to Mia, and Mia says that Wendy is very dismissive, but until today, she feels like she's taking more accountability. Now things get interesting when it gets to Robyn, because Robyn says that they are oil and water. And that's all it is. That's all she has to say. So she takes it, she burns her damn paper. And I'm just like, okay. So when she first said that, what y'all think? Like, what were y'all thoughts? I wouldn't, because for me, I'll say this, I didn't like it. Just because if you was gonna do that, why even come? Yeah. Like, I don't get that, to me, she talks about things being fake. She was just as fake in that moment for one even showing up, in my opinion. I'm sorry. But
production probably made her come. They probably threatened to not pay her that episode or some shit like that. She need the money. So I thought it was stupid. I felt like the entire situation was good because, we always say, some of the best episodes are when the entire group is together. So in this episode, it was like we knew they weren't gonna resolve shit. If anything, it was gonna be more shit piled onto what they already got going on anyway. So okay, kudos to you, Wendy, or production, or whomever came up with this whole idea of this situation. Robyn, when she did that, I was like, why are you here? If you're not gonna really participate and play the game, then you get up and you scoot your white boots on out the door and get back in that damn van from 1985, as Mia said, and sit your ass out there until we are done, and we will come out there and we'll leave together. That's it. I think that was her opportunity to really say what her issue is, because as of right now, we only see, like, I know she said they're oil and water, but we can only come up with, because Wendy made that statement to her last year about her relationship not being real and that she's still hurting from that.
Yeah, but even in that situation, even with Wendy saying that, they started with Wendy.
Well, yeah. No,
and they could, Wendy and Robyn could be okay if Robyn would have just let that stay between Giselle and Wendy last year. Robyn got herself involved. Let's be clear, like she did. And then when she got involved, Wendy snapped on her because in any argument, child, you get the one that laugh, or the one that giggle, or the one that say, like, you in it too. So yeah, you can get a piece. And honestly, that's what happened. The statement she made was very, like, it probably hurt Robyn to the core.
Robyn deserved that discipline.
But she did.
Kept her mouth
closed. I don't know why it hurt to the core. Wendy wasn't the first one to say that on the show.
She wasn't.
Robyn
she wasn't. But I think she felt like, I feel like we talked about this last season. I feel like Robyn thought she probably felt like, Wendy was so supportive of them getting married. Remember the proposal that happened the year before that?
And Wendy was like,
and Wendy was doing all that. And so she felt like maybe she felt differently of her in that moment. But I don't know. I mean, it was deserved. I'm just saying.
Whatever. Wendy like black love like everybody else. Everybody, your enemy.
But if it's fake, you can follow that when we argue, and that's just that.
It was a good dig.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you where I know it hurt, because you done got in this situation. Let me and your homegirl hash this out. You sit over there and shut up. But now, since you done got in it, now I got to gut punch your ass.
But you know what? Like
how Giselle took on that role this time.
Yeah.
What role?
Jumping
the
in.
backup, the sidekick.
Well, let me say this before we get to that part. When it comes to this comment that Wendy made last year, everybody has talked about her relationship. The only people she seems to really hold it to was Karen and definitely now Wendy. And let's not forget, Ashley did it like all season 2 or 3. I mean, she was all in hell. And Robyn was yet again getting all all in her face and doing all this stuff because literally,
Do you think that Robyn still can deal with Karen? And is basically, I know I have to deal with Karen because she ain't going nowhere, but maybe her and Giselle really think they can get Wendy off the show?
I think that's what they are trying to do, which I think is why Wendy is making an effort to hang out with Ashley and hang out with Karen to still try and build those other relationships, because it would be hard for Wendy, who just came on the show a couple of seasons ago, who wouldn't have anyone but maybe Candiace, because the other people done iced her out. Mm-hmm. So it would be hard for her to kind of maneuver through that.
Yeah. Okay. And so I see comments in the chat about, you guys mentioned to Giselle adding on. So Giselle goes and Giselle says, I'm good on you. I just feel like, it's ditto. And she feel like she brings up the hug that happened at the spring event. She felt like it was fake for her to try to hug her. And, I do agree that I don't think she should.
Wendy deserved that.
Wendy did deserve that. That was
very also fake. Agreed that it was fake.
Yes, and she took her accountability, like the activity was for. Yeah. But where things kind of go left is that Candiace comes in, and Candiace was like, basically, how we all feeling? What is the issue? Can one of y'all let us know what is the other do to the other person? You know what I'm saying? Like, Robyn, what is the issue you have with Wendy or vice versa? And Robyn brings up Wendy Wendy said she tried to fight her. And she denies that she did not try to fight her. She was not going to hit her. And Charisse did not have to lay a finger on her to hold her back. And so she called Charisse literally in the middle of the moment And she's like, Sharice, did you have to lay one finger on me to hold me back from having to whatever fight or get aggressive or being a thug or whatever she called it? And Sharice said no. But they showed the clip.
No.
Right. The walrus said no. And so when she said no, production rolls back the camera and then you literally see both hands, all 5 of her little nuggets on Robyn, basically having to push her back, keep her from doing whatever, because Robyn yet again, and I'm going to say this, Robyn yet again being aggressive. Yeah. Now, people hate to say making black women aggressive. Robyn is aggressive. Let's be clear. There's a clip I saw on Twitter of every instance on this show how she has gotten in people's face. She is aggressive. She's probably the most on this show.
Big Rob. Whoa, is as aggressive as they come. Now they try to say Wendy was aggressive because she told Ashley to leave her baby at home, but big old Rob.
Yeah, no, that's Asia. You're right, because last season the Robyn Rangers were saying that Wendy was aggressive when they was yelling at each other.
They were.
Robyn was on patting her cooch till it was going.
Robyn is aggressive. I don't care what nobody says. She is.
Her lady parts. She aggressive to her man. She aggressive to her friend.
To her hair.
I wrote a note. Yeah. I said not they ran back the tape and Cha indeed not only tried to tap her to restrain her, but Big Rob, whatever, whoever that bitch is, but she really had to get up after she tried to pull her
and put her hands on her shoulder.
Get up. Now, place one hand on the chest and place another hand and push her back.
Yeah,
that is a big little woman with a stingy little bun.
Let me say this real quick. Sharice went on Instagram and posted and was like, she was not trying to fight her. I didn't have to hold her back. I basically made her. She said I was trying to.
That ain't what she was asked though.
Yeah, it wasn't. But then she says when Wendy asked her to sit down, she sat down. So what's the problem? Sharice.
No. Sure.
The problem is you a lying ass.
Yes, and
2-year-old.
Is in the tone that if I'm Robyn's friend and if Antonio, if you're my friend and you FaceTime me, the tone that Robyn asked Sharice that Sharice knew how to answer.
Sharice knew what to say.
Sharice knew how to answer that. Sharice knew that Robyn wanted her to say no.
Yeah.
But what's also crazy is that I was wondering how because I had to go back and watch the episode, that piece of the episode again, and I was wondering how they got to the point of calling Cherie, because Giselle was right there, Mia was right there, and Ashley. They were all sitting right there when the situation happened. So I'm like, did maybe Ashley and Mia say, "Oh,
Mia don't remember.
Did have to be touched," or maybe they probably did just say they didn't remember. But Sharice and her motherfucking gums popping up on the screen, all big and inflamed. And then to come back and say, "Oh well, they weren't gonna." I'm like, you don't know what Robyn was gonna do when she started trotting over there to Wendy, because at that point you walking towards me. Now I got to
Let's be clear. Let's be very clear. When it comes to stuff like this, it does not matter what the hell it looks like you were gonna do. It doesn't matter what is perceived as. When you stand up, let's go back to pillow talk. When you stand up and walk towards someone's face, we don't know what you're doing. So whether they tap your ass, put one finger or 10 fingers on you, or she ain't got fingers. She got,
because you thought something, Sharice. You thought something that you had to try to move her away.
Sharice's hands was this big. This Sharice, her damn hooves pushing Big Robyn back. Like, stop it.
Well, her hands look smaller. Her hands look smaller on Robyn's shoulders, though. But I'm just saying,
was fat like some motherfucking smoked sausage.
No, but Sharice, you had to have thought it was something, or it could have went somewhere.
Exactly.
Why you had
to exactly.
Because I keep my black ass seated when people are arguing all the time.
Yeah, because you're gonna be the one to get yelled at or hit on accident, and then it's gonna be over.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Ain't gonna be no more dance studio.
But go ahead.
And then Giselle yelling like a damn fool, like, "You lie!"
She got the backhand.
Yeah, she was like, "You lie!" I'm like, Giselle. First of all, you were not there. You were in the other room trying to drop a nugget on somebody's marriage.
But no, by the time they had come out the room, though.
No, she wasn't out there. She wasn't in that. She wasn't in that
because
room.
you remember when she was walking out, she was saying, she said, "Oh, they out here yelling." But by the time she got out, they were all out there. I thought when it happened.
She went out there. It was literally just Ashley, Sharice, Wendy, and Robyn.
Giselle was too busy pissed she didn't get the reaction from Candiace she wanted anyway. So
correct. So yeah, so it turns into a whole it turns into a whole mini a little attack between Giselle and Robyn, and she's just like, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Giselle talking about she's lying. And
Robyn said,
Robyn said you call me a thug, and Wendy's like, even in this moment, Wendy's like, I didn't call you a thug. Like, why are you so aggressive? Because she was. It was just like it didn't call for that. And I'm glad that Karen said something because Karen was like, you know what, all the yelling came from that side of the room. Like y'all not following any damn instructions of what she said. Like the first of all, she's in the hot seat, and y'all had the opportunity when y'all went to say how y'all felt, but y'all didn't do that. Y'all actually it turned into a whole domino effect because Robyn didn't say shit when it was her turn. I would have said when I would have been like, you had your turn to speak next person, because I would be like, no. No.
I think that's what Wendy was trying to do, which is why she was like, well, she didn't write whatever they were trying to say. Like she didn't write that down.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
You know, she was trying to move on. And
yeah,
Giselle was like, no, and Robyn was like, you're horrible.
She did say that.
That comes from even after her hungry ass had ate that damn food. She done got full. Now she can go back home. So she's full now.
For Wendy come from a deep place, baby. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Robyn. If you're watching, you are a thug. You are. Yes, you're a thug.
Why do Robyn always talk with food in her mouth?
Because it's always food in her mouth.
She don't eat that much at home.
Bitch, you knew your turn was coming around anyway. That's what I don't get.
You right. Now you got a point. She knew it was her turn to talk.
Always falling out.
So she leaves. She decides she can't deal with this fake stuff. Now she called everybody else fake, but I don't care what. She did not have to show up to this scene. She didn't have to. But she showed up, so she just as fake. She go in the bus, and she taking off her little boots that that Tony talked about, and she is in there having a good time, and like I said,
she putting on her Uggs. They probably ain't even no real Uggs. They probably some of them little off-brand boots. They love
they her brand. You ain't see that? She had the same label she have on her hat on the side of them fucking boots.
It might be because didn't they do a thing with Ugg and the Pirates of Telfar? It might be Uggs. They might have gave them some stuff.
Yeah, maybe, but probably not.
Yeah.
If you gonna give me somebody, it ain't gonna be her ass. You ain't trying to get her. She come with the package.
They want Uggs. They want Uggs because they ain't showing.
Stingy ass bun walked up out with them fugs on a lie. Like she was the loudest, wrongest, stingiest.
Yeah. I can't wait to the reunion.
I'm sorry.
I cannot wait until the reunion.
I know it's only episode 5, but I know so far in episode 5, we've seen so many flashbacks and so many hot mic moments. It's like it's a mess.
The only one that played the game right was Mia.
What'd she do?
When she said what she said about Wendy and let it go, like she played the game right.
She did.
One thing about Mia is that she always come back and say, "Okay, I lied. I'm sorry, y'all." I'm like, "Girl, you're retarded."
No, it don't work like that. Get the fuck.
It don't work like that. It's so stupid. I've never seen nobody be like, "Okay, I lied. I'm sorry, y'all."
It works for her because she's with a bitch who will walk out on a lie and stand on a lie.
I can't.
And at least Mia hair be slicked back into a nice bun. That shit.
Okay. All right. So part 2 of the burn session, because actually this was the beginning, and we were supposed to get to the next person, but I guess the hot seat got put on Candiace. It not officially, because it wasn't her turn. We didn't say that, but Ashley says, "Well, shit. Since we already got you, everything already in uproar. I got something I want to tell you." And Candiace. So she takes a little breath. She says, she gargles a little ball, the little marble from her right side of her mouth, her little mafia voice, and it's
long ass chin.
Right.
Weak ass edges.
And she tells her that at the spring event, Chris was flirting with her friend Deborah. Now, Deborah is her home girl that we talked about. It was the same girl that came to her house. Last week we said we don't know when Ashley got all these home girls, but now she got home girls.
When they come to this plot.
Exactly. And first of all, I hope Deborah wasn't trying to talk to. I mean, Chris was trying to talk to Deborah because Deborah.
She looked. Let me
He looked like a bust down version of Mia.
Yeah,
he already
I'm
won.
pretty sure Chris didn't want to talk to Deborah. First of all, her name Deborah. Let's start there. Let's start with her name being Deborah.
We are sorry for anybody in the comments.
She could have been Debbie. She could have been Deborah.
But you know, I felt Candiace's pain. This is one of the times I really felt Candiace's pain because she had a valid point. Bitch, we were just alone. Correct. Like, even if you had heard this, and Ashley was going to try to say, well, I just found out. Bitch, the phone worked. Number one, the phone worked. If you were really trying to be in a better place with me, call me. But number two, no. Deborah told this to you when she came over there to see that ugly babe.
Oh.
I don't like it.
That was like me beeping Danny.
I was late though. Candiace caper, and I can't stand it.
Okay, so to speak on that, yes, Candiace does say you were just at, like, she was like, what is this about? You were just at my house. You know, why couldn't you bring this up? And then she said, Ashley says that it came to her after she left her house. Okay. And then Candiace was like, well, then why couldn't you do this one-on-one? You know, like in a text message, she was like, when you had your situation, I brought it to you. Giselle was there, but it wasn't in a group setting. You know, I think that's the difference, you know. And Giselle probably wanted.
It makes sense for Giselle to be there because Candiace and Ashley weren't in a good place. Great.
Wait, but no, but even then, it still wasn't a huge setting. You know?
It makes sense though.
Yeah, and it looked like, you know, based off of the scene when it happened back a couple seasons back, you know, she got the message while they were filming, and it was a fourth wall moment where she brought it over to them. At least that's what it looked like on camera, right? And so Candiace said she came to Ashley private, and so Ashley, the editing was a little weird because Ashley jumps in his comment when she was like, you know, you want to use the predator word for Michael, and Candiace was like, well, it's documented. And so Ashley's like, well, no, it's not in the court of law. And so they kind of going back and forth, and then Ashley's like, why are you getting so defensive? And you know, I'm gonna say this, Ashley, everybody's not as calm or not as dumb as Ashley. Like, all the things that were brought to Ashley as they were true, she seemed to remain so calm and such a, you know, demeanor to her. It was like, it didn't bother her. Somebody come to me telling me stuff like this, especially when I know it's some bullshit, I'm going to be reacting the same way. You can say it's defensive. It's not. It's just me having a reaction to your bullshit. I'm sorry. Yeah. And I think that's what it is. But Ashley feels like everyone should take things the way that she does. And so then Ashley brings up the other stuff about Chris, basically throwing Mia under the bus, and says, well, Mia said that he tried to talk, he was looking at her, and Mia was like, it wasn't anything sexual. But yeah, he was. Now, but that, you know, Candiace did, but it wasn't. Right. But Candiace didn't know this. Candiace was like, oh my God, really, you two? And so she looks at her, but Mia clears it up. Mia's like, listen, don't bring me in other words. And so from this moment, Ashley says, you know, it doesn't feel good, does it? And in this moment, it looks like this is clearly a moment of her trying to get back, because that comment kind of solidified the whole scene to show that she was like, well, girl, it happened to me. This is your karma. Like, this is how
said, and there it goes.
Exactly.
And if Ashley had a real homegirl, they would have told her that that's not a bar. That's not what you say, because you showing your slit. Like, at that point, everybody knows what you're doing. You don't say that part.
Yeah. You know, me and Taylor, who commented on the screen, me and him was texting earlier, and he made a good point. Mm-hmm. He said Candiace is behaving this season. She's everything that people always complain about her, she's not doing. And then now they attacking her husband. Mm-hmm. Like, they trying to get it out of her. They want Candiace they want rat-tat-tat-tat. That's what they want.
I kind of want her to like give it to him. I feel like in this moment
they deserve it.
Yeah, they deserve that discipline. I think it's episode 5 now. Okay, 6. Go ahead and give me a little bit. You didn't start at 1. You started at 6 this year. I'm all right with that. You made progress. Go ahead.
Y'all kept complaining about it. So
lay them No. I complain about when it's like unwarranted or when it's like it doesn't go.
Minor. But this is major.
To me, this is something that deserves that my man, my man, my man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Can't tell nobody how to react.
That's true. You can't. That is true. You can't. But that's why I said that's what I would. I would be okay with her doing X, Y, and Z.
I also think though Candiace can't do the rat-tat-tat-tat right now because she genuinely is being caught off guard. You see her crying, like she's genuinely hurt, confused, and upset about all this. Like, it ain't making sense.
She also kind of got to be smart, just I'm sure because of her, stuff she got going on outside of the show. That probably is on her mind as well. So, yeah,
very true, very true. And so in this back and forth, after Candiace was like, you are a lying, vindictive ass bitch. She popping off at this point. And Ashley was like, well, listen, like, why are you so defensive? And if you want to turn a blind eye, just say that. And Candiace says, I mean, you would know. Gags her again. And Ashley is just like, huh?
Even Mia was like,
yeah, they did. Mia was like, ooh.
Mia said,
Karen turned her damn head.
Karen looked away. They all was just like, ooh, what's about to happen? But when she says that, Ashley, at this point, I guess she has turned off their possible friendship and says, well, I also heard that Chris was talking to somebody else in in other DMs, and it wasn't a non-friendly way too. And so that's how the episode ends, and we'll continue that next week. But what are y'all thoughts on this whole thing? I mean, Candiace ate her up in this moment as she should have. Ashley, she could have been okay, but when she made the comment about, it doesn't feel good, does it? She clearly made it very clear on what she was. And it makes me feel like every time that even in the moment when, let's go back to season 5, where Ashley told Candiace that she was a witness. She wasn't a witness. She wrote something to the.
She wrote the character letter. Or
I feel like that was. She said it wasn't to get back at her. I feel like it was. I feel like she was. Yeah. I mean, it brings light to any moment because Ashley does not really like Candiace. And I think it's coming like that. I think she maybe thinks she cool, but as a person, she's trying to get her back for all the turmoil, for the butter knife, all the stuff. Because Candiace has probably been the most vocal about hating Michael, hating the marriage, and all things hate Michael.
And even though I was never a fan of Candiace before, I still always thought in the situations where Ashley, Candiace was in the right always to me.
Yeah.
I think that whole situation with Ashley, it also, I was looking at, a lot of people were saying it online too, it gives plot. Like all of a sudden now we see Deborah, and just so happened Chris was flirting with Deborah at the damn spring party, which was, which opened the season. It gave very much a plot, and this is what we gonna do, and this is how we are gonna try to play this, similar to kind of what they did in season 5 with the whole, baby not being by her husband, by Monique's husband and stuff like that. It just gave a sit down and a plot. Even Karen was like, yeah, this ain't really working out how they had rehearsed, how they had rehearsed it, or how they thought it.
They didn't have enough rehearsals.
And then, am I crazy? But when they was doing those flashbacks, wasn't Wendy there? And when Mia said what she said, like, why she didn't tell Candiace?
Wait, what?
When there was no flashbacks, they were at some party scene.
They were at a party this season. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they were doing flashbacks to it during the thing. Isn't that when Mia said that he tried to talk to me too?
No,
They said something.
Mia only told Robyn that.
So Wendy, she was condescending.
They said something though in that scene. I don't know if it was Ashley who said it then, but they said something in that scene where somebody said something and Wendy was there to listen to it. I thought Wendy should have brought it back to Candiace. I'm gonna rewatch, but they said something there when they had them flashbacks.
I missed that then.
Yeah, I didn't go see it.
All I saw was that.
I might have missed it too. I might have just had a Mia moment, but I know something happened now.
Sorry, I lied.
Dennis, I lied, y'all. I'm sorry.
I lied. You have to do that next week.
Right, my bad.
It's okay though.
If I'm gonna put it on the iPad and put it right here next week.
Definitely what Wendy gave on Twitter. I mean, not Wendy. Mia gave on Twitter last night. Was like, yeah, child, Chris and Candiace is cool. That's whatever. That's
cool. We cool. Like, because even Candiace said that she texted her and was like, I lied, and she said they good. That's crazy. That is just
that's like that's kind of psycho a little bit. Like,
not a little bit. That's scary. I want to film with that.
Yeah, because if you just you make up a lie about anything and be trying to run with it, ain't nobody got time for that.
Last night was the episode of lies. Okay, that's
It was an episode of lies. It should have been called "Burn the Lie Session" because they should have what they should have did was wrote all the things that they felt like somebody was lying about and then address it for that person and then burn each lie because they was just lying and lying. And I can't wait.
He's close to Giselle and dropped it on accident.
You look burning some of her clothes.
And like somebody said in the chat, it sounded like Chris was real busy at this damn spring party. I'm just trying to figure out how would he have this much time on his hands to talk to Deborah.
I was at the bar.
Talk to Deborah, look at Mia, talk to the cookie lady. I mean, he was talking to everybody.
Every time they show him
at work, he still had to go clock in at work.
Right.
That's
funny. Every time they show him though, and with the whole Mia situation, it'd be like Chris not looking at Mia. That was
Mia not even looking at him to see that if he was looking at her or not either. Mia had her back to him too.
The worst one was the one with bust down Mia, aka Deborah, when she was Ashley was like, how was he flirting? She was like, he was like this at the bar, like this. And I was like, what is that? And
that's a way to flirt.
They showed him at the bar. They showed the actual scene at the bar and him like this on the phone.
It's the lean back flirt because that's what it looked like. Lean back.
But Candiace should have also known what Ashley was on when she asked Candiace, "You don't think Chris don't want to come around now, add some validity to what they're saying?"
Ashley, my thing is Ashley is a mini producer.
She looks like Quagmire.
She's a mini producer. She tries to pull things out and get things set up, like not in the moment. You know how like Kyle and maybe even Garcelle are like more in the moment. Ashley be plotting for the future. So she's like, well, like she told Wendy, if you send a one-on-one message, because in her head she thinks it's gonna cause more drama. You know what I'm saying? She probably knew that Robyn would have probably either not responded or gave a tired ass response that would have been rude, which would have kind of added more fuel to their fire. So Ashley be plotting, Josh.
But Ashley thinks she's smarter than she actually is. That's the shit I be talking about.
She ain't smarter than marriage.
Or trying to set up these motherfucking plots because it don't work. She can't even get a real rise out of Candiace anymore. Yeah. She just get red. Candiace not even like mad.
Her LLC is a liar.
Well, I think she's just annoyed because at this point she's had 3 different people come at her, or 3 different, I guess, allegations of a person. You know what I'm saying?
That's like 4.
Is that 4? We got Deborah, Mia, Giselle, and the text message, and Ashley, right? Yeah,
that's right. Just been on Dateline.
Damn. Did any of y'all have anything with Chris? Or
I didn't want to say it, but
dang.
It's just, remember when Ashley do be trying to set stuff up too, because she was like, oh damn, I figured he thought my friend was cute or something.
She did think that too.
She did not think that he thought.
And her friend was cute. Never mind.
Deborah, let's say it, Antonio.
No. Deborah looked like somebody out of Avatar. She don't look.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Did y'all notice that when Candiace and Ashley was having their conversation at the table, Candiace's hair kept changing. 1 minute it'll be like swoop to the side, but then when they come back again, it be bust down the middle. Did y'all pay attention to that?
Yes, she was stressed. This was stressed. You saw she was like, I don't. You talking about at the house?
At the house. At the house.
She was stressed. I got this bitch in my house.
I didn't like that.
I want her here. Now I gotta go to this fucking winery. Like she just.
Did y'all? I didn't watch the preview for next week. Did y'all watch the preview for next week?
And I watched the whole 7-minute clip.
7-minute clip.
Yeah,
oh, y'all haven't seen it?
No.
Candiace goes in.
Send it to us in a group thing, please.
No, I'm gonna say it here because people have seen it. Candiace drops the name of whose penis Michael is sucking.
Oh, I heard about that. Okay.
Candiace literally was like, "Yes, Michael is his client," and pretty much said,
"Sucking the man clunker." Yeah.
Pretty much, and she said, "Chris don't suck no dicks." So we ain't got the same shit going on. Y'all got to go watch that shit.
I did hear about that.
Can you send it to us so you can find it?
I can find it. I'll send it to y'all. You know I got an Android. So
I would say it's gonna be a green bubble, but it'll come.
Hey,
it's
long as we get the damn video.
While you're on, okay.
But no, I did hear about that, Asia, though, where she was like the whoever the dude was, and they said Karen repeated the name or something like that.
Well, because they gonna get her.
They even showed them going back to the bus. They show Robyn still sitting on the bus waiting for her Uber. Her broke ass ain't called no Uber. She said, my Uber is still 30 minutes away. Girl, that was an hour ago.
I want to know why Wendy made Candiace ride the bus with the green-eyed devils.
What I really want to know is why ain't nobody walk out after Big Rob stormed out? Like, do they really not give a fuck about her? Because nobody went to check on her or nothing.
Giselle not gonna leave a scene. Giselle's not
gonna leave and let you talk about her, and she don't know what's going on. She want to get all the tea to take back.
Exactly.
That's why she almost fell on that rock walking in
with them cankles, baby.
Them cankles. That's why.
It was
God knew he was about to go in there and cause some mess. So
it was
like, let me humble her right quick.
And Candiace got the bus so dainty, just walking just fine.
Cute.
What's her name?
Giselle didn't leave because she knew Ashley was about to do what she did.
Probably.
She probably told Ashley. She probably texted her, say it now. Robyn's gone. Say it now.
All right, y'all. We got a caller in. We're gonna turn it over to our callers. If you're watching right now, be sure. I see it's 85 people. I know y'all have seen Sass, K, and Jazz and Sammy in the chat saying to like this video. So hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, tell a friend that next week is Lincoln week. So a lot of nice, fun things are gonna happen next week. So just stay tuned to the page.
I made a text you, didn't ask you when that was.
It's next week.
I thought it was this week. Like, we don't.
And the most important thing is that next week our merch will be launching, so you'll be able to purchase it. That's the biggest. If nothing else happened, there will be merch available beginning next Monday, maybe even Sunday. But with that being said, let me go ahead and get our first caller on. Like this video, subscribe, and it is going to be Lisa. What's going on, Lisa?
Yes, let me get started.
What's up,
Lisa? Let's get started. I don't know why my girl Candy ever trust that big face whore named Ash. Okay, you don't welcome, baby. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you like this for him, baby doll. Micah, send that. I was gonna say this for him. Micah, send that bitch back to that bridge where her mom was staying in. Okay, you know what I'm saying. But we ain't gonna do. Cause I forgot she got 2 babies. Cause she can't stand on the bridge with the 2 babies. So you know what I'm saying. Can't do that. Okay, that be child endangerment. Okay, so you know she can't do that right there. So I don't know what she gonna do, baby doll. She ain't got no brain no way, cause you don't know what the hell you doing. Cause Mike got all the money, and Mike gonna give you no money, cause you know you is being a hoe because you fucking a hockey player, you messing with the a hockey player and the dude named Luke and everything else. And with everything Michael going on, you need. I'm like Candiace had said in a reunion. You need to go get yourself checked, cause you might be itching and burning. Okay. And then let's move on to this right there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know why you trust her. Like, you don't trust nobody who wrote a letter against you. Hell no. Baby doll.
Oh, yeah,
let me move on to Mia, okay? Mia, baby, I don't know, you lying, baby doll. You finally come out and told the truth. I've been telling you about baby doll. You was the 5th wife, baby doll, and you was a mistress. You said you had sex on the beach. Everybody saw y'all had sex on the beach. You said you were popping everything but the cooch on the beach. With he was still mad, okay? You made him in the strip club. Yeah, you made him in the strip club. You made him in the street strip club, okay? That's what you talking about. That man was still mad, okay? You was the mistress, okay? We found that out, okay? He was still paying you what you used to whore and the mistress at the same time, okay? And so I've been telling you, I don't know, like Mia, you know what I'm saying? She keep on lying. She like talking about, then she double down last night talking about, nah, it wasn't sexually. That man wasn't studying about you. Don't nobody want to have sex with you. You're hole in the face tail. Okay, ooh. Your face is melting down. Okay, all that plastic needs too. Okay, baby. I'm gonna tell you again. Robyn, stop lying, baby. Dog. You need to get on producers and the cameraman, baby. Dog, because it come across, Robyn, that you and Juwan don't got no damn relationship. It come across like this. Stop pretending, baby. Dog. I really do. I want to believe that you and Juwan gonna get married. Y'all in this love affair, okay? But long you want to stay in that fancy land, baby, I'm gonna stay in that fancy land with you, okay? And we're gonna move right back. But I'm glad, but hold on, I ain't through yet. But I'm gonna tell you something about him. She wait, baby doll. She wait. You lying, okay? You kind of double down again on Instagram, baby doll. We seen you. You put your hand there like supposed to. You put your hands like this. You put all 10 fingers up on that girl, okay? We seen that, okay? You were kind of stop Bob the Builder. That's what we call her now. We call Bob the Builder. I got that from Mills.
Not robbing the builder.
Mills said Bob the Builder, and that's how I go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Just stop lying, okay? And then I'm gonna tell you something else, girl. Okay, let me tell you something else too. The girl named Devil. Now we seen Devil. Devil. I'm sorry to say, baby Devil, baby. Now you look, you got a dick down. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, you ice chicken.
All right.
We gotta let you go now.
No.
We got another call.
We gotta do that. The only thing I want to say, hold on, before we get out, don't cut me out. Tomorrow, yeah, is election day. Go out and vote. Go out and vote.
Yes.
The locals is very important more than the general election. Okay, they got to make the laws on the state. I want everybody to go out and vote. If you did not early vote, please go out tomorrow and vote. Get your vote in.
Yes.
Especially for my gay and lesbian community, they kind of changed the laws on everything. And I don't want that to go against y'all. I want y'all to stay married. I want y'all to have some pretty babies. Either it become naturally, even adopted. Okay? That's all I got to say. Love you.
All right, thank
Bye,
you, Lisa.
Lisa.
Go vote.
Good night. Lisa
Rick,
came
what you
in
said,
ready.
Jeff?
This is the first time Lisa has been on the same side as the majority in a long time. And I loved it.
Oh my God.
My God, today.
Well, she- All
Baby,
right,
she is talking the wind are blowing.
yes, make sure y'all go out and vote. I think vote.
She ended on a good note. Go ahead, then.
She ended on a really good note. I love it. All right, Lisa. Our next caller and last caller for today is going to be Brittany. What's going on, Brittany?
Hey, Brittany.
Hey
Brittany.
guys, how are you?
How
Good
are
to
you?
you.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm enjoying this season. I did like this episode, but Robyn embarrassed me, and I am so embarrassed that I even said that this was going to be her season based on the last couple of episodes, because this week, once again, she made absolutely no sense. And my thing is this: I actually don't care that Robyn and Giselle don't like Wendy. That's really not. I don't care about that. But the problem that I have with them, it's like anytime they get this angry, they then want to pull these mean girl tactics where it's like, well, I'm not inviting her to my family fun day. I'm going to walk out of her event. And it's like, you guys are doing a show. What Wendy is doing is what she's supposed to do. You guys had your drama last season. It happened. It's a new season. Isn't the point that y'all are supposed to argue, fuss, and fight and then move forward in some type of way? And it's hard to watch because Wendy is trying. Like, she's actually trying to move forward, and they're just being so mean for, I still don't even know what reason, to the point where Giselle and Robyn are like yelling and screaming, and Wendy's not even yelling back. She's just sitting there. And it's just hard to watch, especially. And like, I get it. She has to form relationships with other people. So her scene with Karen and Ashley, it was fine, but I still found it to be a little awkward. First, like, it just didn't. I just don't think that the chemistry is there with any of them, even between Karen and Ashley. I still think that their scenes are still awkward, but I just don't like this sort of mean girl, we're just not gonna film with you thing, because you have a show to do. Just show up, discuss it, but you have to show up. So all of this storming off that Robyn is doing isn't cool. And Wendy said that there's going to be more times where Robyn is icing her out and Karen out. So I'm not looking forward to seeing that, because it's just unnecessary. That stuff is unnecessary, especially with Robyn, where everybody wants you to be fired. So why would you go and pull these tactics with somebody else? It just doesn't make much sense.
Just say that, Brittany.
That's
Because
very
Robyn
true.
is out here acting
Let's be
ugly.
clear. Giselle really is Robyn's saving grace, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because we have been acting for Robyn, and I say we, as in because the majority have been acting to have her gone for a long time, just because she has really served no purpose.
They should put that on the ballot tomorrow.
Right.
But she's working now. this season. So I mean, she's trying to stay afloat, but it's not really working in her favor to me.
Yeah, because it's just
It's coming
mean.
off just kind of mean. Yes, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I agree.
And then with Mia, is Mia's friend, I don't know, I think Cortez, you know better, is her friend getting cut out of episodes? Because they kept teasing that Mia's friend did, she was in there and she was saying a lot of stuff, but we haven't really seen her. I know it's still early, but
So I
like,
know that she is definitely gonna be more present on the trip to Miami. I know that. And that's like, I think that's coming up soon, like the next 2 episodes, something like that. She's definitely gonna be there. But I don't know. And she has a cast photo. So,
yeah.
but so does Sharice, and we've only seen her like once or twice. So I think
ever
they probably get more involved. I really thought that Jacqueline would be more involved now, because this was the part where they were all like kind of questioning Mia's, her illness, stuff like that, and she's supposed to be the person to defend her. But I don't know. I know Sharice's drama is later, but Jacqueline, I don't know if they're cutting her out, because we did see. We did see what happened right when the show was airing with the whole like the post that she made. I don't know. It's weird.
They probably did crop out Jacqueline a lot more than they originally planned on it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because Mia don't like her no more, so I think they probably had to act a little quick.
Yeah, but when you give a contract, it's a contract. I don't think you can't really, I'm sure she signed something. But then again, they can't edit what they want to edit, I guess. But I guess for right now, I don't know if they edit it out, because nothing has made sense for her really to be there, honestly. Yeah. Sharice hasn't really been. She wasn't at this event, so I don't think Jacqueline would need to be there either.
Well, she was phoned in.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Who wants to be a millionaire? I'm done with the phone a friend shit. I don't like that, but okay, sorry.
They should have had Deborah there so we could really assess what the hell Ashley thought that Chris was looking at. But that's just me.
Deborah should have been there. Candiace would have busted out laughing.
Do you see how she asked? Or she said, "Well, maybe that wasn't on this one. Never mind. Sorry."
Okay. Did you have anything else for us, Brittany?
And then obviously with Ashley, no, Candiace should have never trusted her. But again, it's a blurry line to walk, because Candiace has to film with these women. So if she's not trying to move on, then I'm not sure what the next step is for her to do. But I guess with Ashley, she's just, honestly, I don't even think Ashley has a problem with Candiace. She just uses her for the show. I don't think she's mad at her at all. She just pretends because she just wants to find power somewhere, because she has none in her relationship, clearly. So I just feel like she kind of just uses these ladies to kind of give herself an ego boost, because it just doesn't make sense. Why are you fighting her over a relationship that's over and a man that does not want you? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. What are you mad at this point anymore?
True. Very true.
But that's all for tonight. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, Brittany. We're going to go ahead and get ready to lean out, but thank you, okay?
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye, Brittany.
Bye.
Okay. A lot to discuss from this episode. There is a continuation next week, so I'm sure we'll be tapping back into it next week as well. With the continued version. Asia sent us the clip, so I'm gonna go and watch that. It looks like it was posted on Twitter from OMFG Reality TV, I believe, right? They post a lot of stuff, so just go to Twitter and find that page, and you'll find the clip that Asia's talking about. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and am I blocked? No, you're not blocked. Bubbles, hey Bubbles, you ain't blocked. All right. Blocked from where?
I have one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
I think that to piggyback off of what Brittany was saying, like, I do kind of understand now that Candiace does have to make some type of effort to move forward, but she knows to tread lightly, and it seems like in her confessional, that's what she has been doing. So I have to give that to Candiace.
Well, they get back. I will say they seem to get to a good place. So I think that they may, they're gonna always have this weird relationship. It's never gonna be crystal clear, and but I mean, at least they always try, because honestly, seeing a back and forth for like seasons and seasons and seasons gets to be a bit
so boring. Yeah,
I mean, we see it all the time in these shows. So at least they give us a good balance for now. But and I think it was Brittany made a comment about saying that not Mia. Wendy says that Robyn ices her and Karen out later. She does.
yeah.
That's definitely.
I seen her. I watched it on Watch What Happens Live the other night. So.
It's the bachelorette party. She didn't invite them to, but that's later. That's like way towards the end of the season. So yeah.
Do y'all want to go to the stiff ass Robyn Dixon bachelorette party though?
Yeah, she gonna pat her coochie.
There'll be another one.
Look like she break her back when she this is how that was her dancing.
It's okay. Maybe they'll get invited to the next one. She gonna have more than one in a couple of years.
Child, she gonna be having it every season because he ain't never gonna marry. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and lean out. Thank you, Brittany and Lisa, for calling in. Lisa was on 10 today, and Brittany was on. Brittany always give us a commentary. Make sure y'all like this video and subscribe. I mentioned,
and like Lisa said, go vote.
Please go vote. Yes, go vote. And also prepare for the Lean Con week next week. It's going to be fun. We're going to have, obviously, Married to Medicine ends this week, so it won't be a show there. But we do have a very special show going in place for that Tuesday. For those that watch the Wednesday Night Live, the Beverly Hills show, obviously that's going off. But there will also be a special Lean that we're going to do for next Wednesday. So just look out. All of that be posted this week. And like I said, the merch goes live too. So stay tuned. Check the page. Look out for some of the questionnaires and surveys that's coming this week too to help us with the week. And we'll see y'all tomorrow for the Married to Medicine Part 3, last bits of the reunion. Like this video, subscribe, and we'll see you next time, okay? Good night.
Peace.